Hi, welcome to the Dice Cup in Nottingham. I'm Steve, and today we're joined by
Peter. David.
Hey Bob.
And today we've been playing Brussels. Brussels is a heavy Euro game with dubious theme, but basically in Brussels we are in the late 1800s and we are art dealers selling different types of art. So effectively we're selling chairs and pottery and china and paintings and stuff. But to do this we've got this kind of very jazzy style board, jazzy coloured board, but basically the idea of the game is there's a couple of neat little mechanics. Whoever's first gets to place this, they get effectively 2 spots to place this. They can place it here, in which case they might have this bit of the board in play on this round, or they might get another choice of a spot which might be down here, which means we're going to be playing in this bit of the board. So whoever's first effectively gets to dictate what sort of actions we've got available. On your turn, you're going to have some workers, and you're going to take a worker, and you can place them in one of 2 spots. You can place them on the middle of the board, or you can place them in those spots up there. Those spots up there are free, and many people can go there, but with increasing costs. These spots on the board, you need to you can see we've just taken our guys off, but you need to put money under them. So basically, if it's my turn, and I go here, I have to put at least 1 coin under my person, but I can put as many as I want. And you're going to take the action of that spot, and the actions do various things. The first thing you can do, there's an action space which gets you cubes. You've got like stone and wood and glass, and then you've got an action space which builds, and so the green one here builds, and you can build a building. The building at the moment needs just glass, and you look at your building, you think, brilliant, I want to build one of my buildings, I want to build a building using 2 resources, so I would need 2 glass. When you build it, you move it on and you get 5 points. Other things you can go to, you can get people, so people will do various things so you can either get them for a one-off bonus, or you can get them and keep them for the end of the game and repeatedly use them. At the end of the game, if you can't pay them, you're going to lose points. Basically, every time I use this person, I tap him, and I will get one of my workers that I've lost throughout the game. You can get paintings or pieces of art. So basically the pink square allows you to get a piece of art. You basically take one of these, you flip it over, oh brilliant, I've got some crockery, and I add it to my existing art. Or you can use one of the spots in the middle to sell art, and when you sell art you've got this nifty little thing over here. So basically I'm selling art. I'm not allowed to sell art that's recently been sold, so I can't sell the pink art, I can't sell the blue chair, and I get to move this to dictate the price of my art. So I look at how many pieces of art I've got 2 pieces. I get to move this twice, so I could slide it 2 spaces that way, or I could leave where it is, I could go 1 across and 1 up, and wherever I leave it dictates the price and the thing I'm selling. So I'm selling my green piece of art. Green is worth no VPs and 4 coins. I might as well have left it down here because that's worth 6 coins and 2 VPs, and I take my green piece of art, pick one to replace and move it out of the way. That's quite a nifty mechanism there. And that's what the spots in the middle of the board do. The spots up here do very similar things. This one gets you white cubes. They're used for building buildings. They're worse because you don't get any points for building a building if you use any white cubes. This gets you money. This allows you to use any of these spots that you want effectively, but you're not putting your guys out on the board, which isn't a good thing. And this one is the thing that allows you to effectively reuse your guys. You can reuse a certain number of guys by tapping them, and at the end of the round they'll all untap and you get to use them again, and they do various things. There are some nice tracks here. So basically this track here, and this track here, and this track down here will score you points or allow you to do things better. For example, this track here will allow you to score points for the buildings you've built on the board at the end of the game. So this is Andy's board. He got 6 points times 6 buildings at the end of the game. He got 36 points for doing that. And every time you see this symbol, you can move 1 up on this track. The other tracks are very similar. This track allows you to activate more of your guys when you tap them. And this track is how David ended up winning the game. He got points based on the areas he controlled on the board. So why are we bothering to put money down? And the money allows you to kind of get these bonuses. So what you do at the end of a round is you look down each column, and whoever's got the most money would outright get this card, or these cards at the bottom, or if it's joint, they both get the bonus but don't get to keep the card. So let's say I won this card, I had the most money in that column. I can either upgrade my building track twice and get points for buildings, or I can use these 2 things here slide it underneath my board, and I would get endgame scoring for certain things. So you've got things like workers and nobles you've assisted, and paintings and money at the end of the game, and they can score you points by multiplying the things you get at the end of the game. The other thing with the board is the majorities. I say this symbol here, basically if a symbol is completely surrounded, let's say that that's the case. At the end of the game, this is completely surrounded, and the person who's got the most people, or equal most, will get points for surrounding this spot. I don't know why, it doesn't seem to fit the theme, but to get the points, you'd look at the track at the end, and you'd say, well, brilliant, I'm red, I have 1 point per those symbols, so that would get me 1 point. But David managed to do very well. He got lots of the middle spaces on the last round, surrounded lots of things, and got like something like 20 points for doing that. You're going to do that over 5 rounds. I haven't given the game justice. There are a lot more like interconnected mechanics there, but you're going to do it over the 5 rounds. At the end of the game, you're going to count the points you've accrued through the game, plus the points at the end of the game for your buildings and various bits and bobs, and the most points is the winner. Peter, what do we think?
While there's a lot of rules, I was able to remember the rules, but I found that trying to hang them together into a cohesive strategy was quite difficult as a new player. But now that I've played it once, I've got a lot clearer idea of how to actually score points and effectively try and win. It's not that steep a learning curve. There's other games like the Gallerist, which is a lot harder to play, I feel. I would rate it as the same as any sort of Stefan Feld game, and it was quite enjoyable, even though the theme was very, very weak.
It's a lot of fun, it's nice design sense. Yeah, I picked up the rules pretty quickly. Wasn't quite sure at the beginning how I was going to win, but I managed to win, so I kind of figured it out, I guess.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed the game. There's many paths to victory, and lots of different strategies you can try. You can go the buildings, you can go the area of control, you can go lots of people. There's lots of different things you can do. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I agree, this learning curve is quite shallow. My first player managed to win, David's first player managed to win. You know, it's not like someone who's played before a few times is going to automatically beat you.
There are so many strategies you can take, so many routes, that I really want to play it over and over again to explore more strategies. There's so much to it, it's brilliant.
Okay, rating out of 10?
8.5.
8.
Thumbs up.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. I'd give it an 8 as well.
So you haven't rated games of David before. Okay, yeah, I quite like this. I think there are many paths to victory, like Abom said. David won by effectively controlling the areas in the board. Last time we played, Abom won by getting the buildings, scoring 10 points per building. I didn't mention that, but when you build a building, you get subsidiary actions. If someone uses the spot with your building on, that's these spots down here. You can say we've covered the board in various buildings. So every time someone used Abom's building here, he got points based on how many buildings he built. Every time someone used Chantel's building here, she got cubes to build more buildings. So buildings are very strong, even if you don't go down the end game scoring point of the buildings. That is pretty strong. The theme is, well, you know, I don't really care about the theme, but it isn't really there. I think the selling the art is the only thing that really links this to the late 1800s. The art's jazzy, I think. It just looks like one of those Euro games, but the mechanics fit together very well. I don't think there's any kind of weak parts to the game. I think everything's strong, everything's good, and it scales well for various players. So yeah, it's a really good game in my opinion. I would give it also an 8 out of 10. Thank you. That was Brussels.